remember coming out to you. Then I mean, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something.
I was hoping you remember because my as if we have the same recollection of how you came out to me.
Like, go for it, something like that.
I think I was a bit shocked.
You were shocked?
Yes.
The next question is, what is lesbian bed death?
Lesbian bed death? Mm-hmm. Is it not a partner that's not active a bit like Fontana chicken?
That's a pillow princess.
Oh. Yeah. Is the mic on?
Yes, it is. Let me just
take a sippity sip.
It's badala mosa.
It's badala. Why recovery time here to run the groove? One day is business days. Your recovery. It's not it.
Asafune is clapping.
That's why you chat.
Yeah, please.
And you could write.
What's that? What's the cartoon character?
Oh, Stewie. Good night.
I'm happy.
Good night in the stern voice. What was it?
But
yeah, it's too much.
The depths of the night. It's too much.
On the nightly fortnight.
Every other fortnight or monthly. What is Gucci Kani Eaters? My name is Push, aka the creative queer, the masculine, cotton eating queen, kumkanikazi, drip magas with fit, a captain of cool, a grill guy. And welcome back to another video. As you can see, and I'm in there, I'm with my straight best friend. Do you ever say that about me and say I'm your gay best friend?
No, I don't put any title. Yeah. Because everyone knows that we've been friends for such a long time.
It's not a thing. Yeah. So sometimes I brought my friend Yaya.
Hey.
We're going to talk about all things relationship, dating, sexuality. I think you and I have never sort of had the conversation. I know I came out, a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever had the conversation. I've never heard your POV in terms of like the journey of dating, sexuality, and all that stuff.
So much to say.
Actually.
So much to say. I always say we must never fight. Like you and I must never. You know, as a friendship fights, I want to be secret. Friend go Twitter because child.
She knows too much. She knows too much. But yeah, that's what we're going to be chatting about today. But before singing into the actual video, my icebreaker for today.
Oh God!
Icebreaker is, or my question to you is, when was the last time you felt sexy and why? What was happening? What makes you feel? So what makes you feel like sexy and like desired or desirable?
When I buy new clothes.
Felt.
Yeah, when I buy new clothes, I have this thing where I'll buy my clothes and I'll try them on. Like if I feel down, I'll try them on just randomly. No more I'll just go to my bedroom, just try on clothes, do Miss Bellini, try to feel myself. It hasn't happened recently, but yeah, a couple of months ago. Yeah, always.
So clothes are the thing that makes
clothes are my like.
So nothing in terms like music, ngometile.
Oh, okay. But I can't. I haven't been listening to anything that has made me feel.
When you flip the bean, what do you do?
Do it.
When you flip the bean. What do you do when you?
Okay, maybe I'll put it
like
a little summer walker and.
Okay, summer walker is nice. Yeah. Okay.
But usually for me, we can't really buy a corset.
I got that shit more. Our Kali Mahala, my
Yes. But I haven't felt any
sexy
lately.
I think the reason I asked you this is I've recently kind of been exploring what it means to be sexy for me as a masculine person. I don't know, obviously I'm masculine presenting and aspects of me want to sort of outwardly show that masculinity. So in the bedroom, people always wonder about lingerie.
What?
Not a PVD. Not a PVD. I do not wear a PVD at all. So I've been exploring that. I don't know, was it when we went on a trip with my gay friends?
Yes.
So she hosted like a lingerie party.
Oh, I watched the party.
Yes. So I from then I've been having this conversation with myself about what makes me like feel sexy, and so it's like parts of it, no, not PV. Any like for me, it's like silky. Even pajama is silk.
Okay.
A bra and a lace. Cute.
Yeah, I think that's the feeling I get with corsets. Like each time I go out on a like night out on the town, if say lamba song gets majita and I wear a corset, I just zenias back with my do you feel like peak? I'm getting by. But to add on to that point, I actually did add like a lingerie piece to my cart. And just like literally I give it to none as soon as they close out and the podcast. Yeah, because I'm just like, oh, actually, I used to buy lingerie and not even for any particular reason. I just liked how it made me feel. So I wanted to, I actually miss that feeling because I don't know if I can skip a some
Please. No.
As the sponsor. I'm gonna put in
Nah.
So yeah, that's another thing that I want to get back to doing.
That's nice. Yeah, you should always like. I think let's get into the topic at hand. You know, I was reflecting on, you know, Yalala has seen me through many phases of my life. Phases in primary school, seen their boyfriends. Primary.
Relationships. Oh my gosh, we had such serious relationships. Like everyone would know, okay, that's Pumelela's person, that's Yanela's person.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Just to a boy, I tell cookies at the tuck shop.
It's a thing.
At the end of term, hugging was like a big thing.
Like, oh my gosh, we would wait. That's a new step.
Oh my god.
Like, since the adults, what we hug and it's a hug. Like, nyani.
Do you remember? Okay, now going back to like those old days, how is like how have you viewed dating? Like back in the day, like hugging was a big thing. Then in high school, then kissing was, then sexes. Then in varsity, it's like something else.
Yeah.
How has even like your first kiss and things like how has that journey kind of been for you, and how do you think of it now in retrospective? Because to answer the question for me, it feels like what's that it was just about chocolate, and then at the end of the term there's a big hug and it's like, oh my god. I think the older I've grown, the more I've sort of craved intimacy in a romantic relationship. So because you'll know that as friends, so I too, and even in the larger group that we have, so that's named just DMCs. And that was for me the first time I understood vulnerability and all of that stuff. So then now when I got into relationships with boys, I was like, I'm not getting that, Nancy.
They're not giving it to me.
They're not giving it to me at all. That. So how has your journey been in terms of your perspective about dating boys? What did you think? What were your naive thoughts back in the day?
Now that you say this, for me, I feel like it's the opposite. So the more I've grown up and dated in the world where we are adults, I feel like it's hardened me, the experience. So when we were younger, like in primary school, if I liked a guy or I liked a boy and a boy liked me back, like they wouldn't be shy about it. That's what we used to call it. I would ask you, my first boyfriend, such a beautiful letter, highlights, like a highlighter, and then one, like a hat, the kind of
yes. That's in a paper.
Yes. This other guy also had a crush on me. What I get biscuits?
And the school would go crazy.
And then get break. He was on hand. Okay, basically, I want you to know that I like you. And when I was teaching along the life. So that for me is what I enjoyed about dating when we were younger. There were no one had a wall up, and everyone was just. We all kind of knew that if you like someone,
you should tell them.
Yes, you tell them, and you guys would be together. So to speak. I feel like now that we're older, it's a who gonna crack first? Who gonna crack first? I'll crack first. Also crack first.
Who has the upper hand?
Yes. And then in high school, I think it also started in high school. So we moved from Iskolo where it was co-ed.
Girls
high school was just girls only, and male gaze from the school true. The school down the road, and
from high school it was about
and if you were not the desired fit for the boys down the road, then your experience in high school when it comes to dating was basically non-existent, and that was my experience. So I was never the girl that the guys would go for choosing. So they would always be like, "Is show me?" I was like, actually Fuck you, boy.
Fuck you, boy.
Fuck you, boy.
I don't
So
remember.
I never dated basically in high school. So I never had like the experience in okay, I have feedback. I don't have feedback. I never dated.
Actually, now that you mention in high school, I actually don't even remember. I remember the desirability politics.
Yeah.
Magazine.
Top
10 hottest. Like making do month after month, issue after issue. We're not making the cut. It girls is
until we became the editors, we said okay. Number 5.
Exactly. We were the system.
Literally.
That's so true. For me, I'm trying to think back of the high school days. And I wonder where I was in all of it. Because I don't think I had an awakening in high school. But I was only at the end, yes, in matric. But during, I don't remember. I don't know what you reckon.
One thing about Uphumelela, she has a very no-nonsense approach.
No, because that's why. Or no. Because I don't remember.
No, but like it is, we were open to them.
Oh, yes.
When we used to chill with them. Like you would never had that exterior, but when we get to school, you were just very, like, don't talk to me, don't come at me sideways. Basically, don't fuck with me. So even with your experience of dating, you barely dated from
yes,
the
that's
boys
what I'm like, yes.
you dated guys from outside. Well, dated outside of the queens because you just go approach man. I will like you
all.
You were not participating.
I don't remember feeling because I know you were friends with like you're very like sociable.
Such a friendly person.
Yes, sociable. So you were friends with what I'd call some of the rowdy crowds. So
out there.
Yes. So I know. So I've known that about you, that you had them. You were friends with SA Squad and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I never knew what was happening in terms of boys and who wants who.
No, I was just in the know, but I never participated.
So I thought you part of that, and
participate. I just used to observe and but essentially in terms of me participating in that, nah,
And you again, is it because of what you said earlier about it was that desirability politics of these boys
it made me shut it down, but also I was very intentional about the fact that I didn't see the possibility of dating in high school under my parents' roof.
You had strict parents.
So even if I had a crush on someone, I would never like want to explore anything. Yes. You're right. Maybe I so wish I had to speak. I so wish I had to pick.
I had your
pick. Yeah,
big mix.
But it was also intentional. So I mean, now that I'm older, I'm just like, okay, everything that happened and how it happened. You're right. For the kind of mindset I was in, because then I was like,
but I also think about our group dynamics as friends. We were we were the nicest. Because we were kind of ice queens. I kind of perceived it.
We were
academic.
Yes, and also we were never the girls who used to go to parties and all of that.
Yes.
So like in our town, we come from a very small town. So Wonkumtu knows each other and we all know each other's business. And if you were not in the social scene, then you would barely have interactions with the opposite sex. So for Tina, we only had each other.
Yeah.
Because if we're not at school 5 days a week and afternoons extramural activities, weekend we're rehearsing for a play, then it's Sunday to be with your family, then Monday it's back to school again. So we socially we didn't have the time in our calendars to be with abantu. So we never met the guys that our peers used to date.
I wish our parents had more faith in us in terms of how we conducted ourselves. My parents were not really in my business in terms of dating either, but I don't remember them giving me the also boys.
For me, I respected them too much to even try anything, because there was a phase in high school where my parents got really heavily involved in the church, and they would go like 4 weekends, and basically myself and our older brother was like our caretaker. Every opportunity but I was just like it was not in my thought process. It was not in my thought process, Hashem. So I was like, actually, no, I just because it just doesn't make any sense.
And then how has the transition then been from Hana high school to varsity?
Hard came. So then varsity came, and I think I carried that mentality to varsity.
Into varsity.
So again, still very sociable. We used to go out all the time. I mean, we were the club girls. But when it comes to dating,
and then because I thought
can you swear? Sithi aba taboo abantu singayaziyo sipha ziphathi no AKS 420 supposedly. I carried that with me, and I just wanted to have fun. I just wanted to have fun.
And did you have fun? What was that?
A lot of fun. Like, I had a lot of fun. And then because it was July, like my friends, we started. Oh, so this is what happened. Ukuze, like the circle I was in when they started having boyfriends. So this is now first year. Oh, orientation week. This is the end of orientation week, and my stupid uncle, sorry, rest in peace, decides to pass away. Boring. So I had to go home for the funeral. Kanti ngala weekend there's like this big party for all the raised kids to now go mingle. We put you guys through the most. Now go have fun. And everyone met someone.
Oh yeah, Nela wapho.
Ndibuya ndithi ebethuna
ndinikisa nge-boys.
Ibi Julie Hemba. So basically, so they started dating about that they had met from and every single one of them. I was so annoyed. I'm like, guys, really? Really? But yeah, I didn't feel any type of FOMO, but I just, because we can still do the things that we wanted to do. But in terms of me opening up, I realized, but okay, I think I'm not open. I'm open to a certain extent.
Avoidant, just like me.
Yeah, I'm avoidant. Like, there's avoidance syndrome now. Gemini. So like, oh my God, I'm a Gemini. So yeah, I had a hard exterior to crack into. So
because of his experiences.
Yeah, and also I have that issue where I don't want to be vulnerable. It's not a thing for me.
We have to talk about that later.
So yeah, that helped me from like really like dating.
I think my varsity experience, I was now coming to grips with my sexuality.
Yes.
I attempted to date a couple of boys, but I was like, take me out.
I saw me girl.
I cannot. And then I remember coming out to you. I mean, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something.
I was hoping you remember, because maybe as if we have the same recollection of how you came out to me.
I remember calling you, or it was a telephone conversation, and I said to you, I'm bisexual or something like that.
Well, you said
something about
you're into
women.
Yes, you're also into women.
And then, what was your reaction? You were like, go for it, or something like that.
Well, I think I was a bit shocked.
You were shocked?
Yes. Remember.
I need this recollection.
Remember. So, in high school, Pumelela dated guys. And she was, like you mass presenting.
Yeah.
You should have seen her in high school. Pumelela guys, ni party, and tight, like she has a very sexy body. So she was never a tomboy or mass presenting when we were in high school. So my experience with you for those years is you had been you dated this guy for like 4, 5, 4, 3.
Hell no! Ubadi. No, it wasn't.
Like grade 10 or something.
Just celebrating anniversaries. I don't remember the time.
So
was it like 1 year, 6 months or something like that?
Absolutely not. You guys dated for years.
Oh my God, how did I do that?
Ask again.
But I think it goes back to the superficiality of
so in high school I knew you to be someone who was into guys because your relationships were with boys.
I was dead inside.
And when your realizations happened, it wasn't something that you were open when it was happening. Yeah. So when you told me, it came as a surprise. Oh, okay.
Really?
But go for it. I think also because you had started becoming friends with umtu who we had kind of suspected was part of the queer community, and just was like,
I was like, cut it out. Oh,
I think because the guys started getting close.
Yes, that's true. Oh yes, that's true. That's true.
Was squint about.
Oh, this is what I like.
So okay.
Yes, that's true.
But like, go for
it. Parents were right.
No, I think you found out you could like easily.
Yes.
Well, oh thank God, I'm
not the only one who feels like this. Yeah, I do remember coming out to you and you're like, oh no, go for it. But I was shocked that you were shocked actually. Yeah, so you never suspected that man and the gay. Two. Shocking.
Not shocking. Not at all.
Now I'm coming out. Have you ever at any point, like how you're saying that I was now friends with, people who were queer. Have you ever then had questions about your sexuality now that not at all?
My sexuality
has never been a crossroads where like
no.
Even in the I hate men.
Which I'm in. I'm very much in the I hate men.
What conversations have you had that confirm? Okay, no, I'm straight as fuck. I'm strictly for sure.
Because I've been in spaces with you where there are people of like a queer community, and I've spent so much time with them, and there's not a single person I've seen. I'm just like,
but I'm just young Amy.
Oh, she's so far removed.
But
I heard the voice guy Amy. Oh my god, Jamfuna. People was like, she a girl? I said what? Okay, but Jamtanda still. I mean, things like that come like I see beautiful.
But like, not enough to.
No, but not enough for me to. If it was a personal experience, like the one I young MA up and I'm like, oh my gosh, but
you know
like,
what?
Then I think I would be able to say okay, they did that. But because there hasn't been a person that has
makes you throb,
who's
like
made
that.
me feel like, oh, okay, what if?
And then in terms of like being open to that experience, like because it's not there at all.
I am open to it as far, like I said, if I would meet someone, I don't think I would be like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me? Like, let me shut the door. Because I exist in the community with you, I know, but okay.
Sexuality is fluid.
Sexuality is fluid. This is not sexuality is not set in stone, but I definitely fully identify as hetero.
I always say what separates the straights from no, not that.
I'm going to get you straight until you put it in water.
No, I've heard that too. But when you date, maybe me as a queer person, I date somebody who says they are queer, and tell me they're lying to me and they're not. When it's time to eat the pussy, that's what separates the boys from the men. When I know about when it's time to eat it, you need to eat it, and I've never been shy now.
Squirt. They lied. No, I said for now. No, I think identify as hetero.
And then now, okay.
Oh, but I did say that I have in das kwenta ndibona imento yakho.
Oh.
You see?
Oh yes.
I say oh.
So who there?
Oh, who there? No, I looked twice. That minute.
Okay, I can see it.
Unala riz like tule and hi man. Hi man. Right.
Okay, so now transition now varsity to working. How is
my goodness, Msanga is what I'm gonna say. It's more or less the same experience as varsity, but now the challenge is now that we are working and it's again a lot of dating politics that come into play. In my 20s, now that I'm in this. In my 20s, I also had the same mentality. I don't want a serious relationship. I just want to like zip it and do it, have fun with my friends until I didn't want to anymore. And then I realized, oh my god, the pool is muddy. So when I had the chance to interrogate, when I had the moment to sit and interrogate what I would want in a relationship, I realized that it's not easy to get because the pool
you think your pool? Yeah. What does your pool look like? I mean, when I think about Joburg pool, I think I literally know most people at Joburg, and if I meet someone who has it, this person.
Oh,
so it's like is it? It's muddy because.
It's muddy because we. Again, we just again, no one wants to be open about how they feel because no one wants to be taken like and because no one wants to be ikuza, everyone is walking around with basically a wall in between them. So walk around seeing.
So how much of that do you think you're a participant of? Because I'm single right now and I have the mentality the pool is muddy. But as soon as
you meet someone, you are able to open up.
As soon as I implement live vulnerability, as soon as I put my walls down, I get what I give in a way. So how much have you reflected on? Okay, maybe to a certain degree, I'm the responsible, or is it because I'm just a daughter?
andikho responsible.
Amadoda awathembeki kind of a thing.
Awathembeki. There's nothing wrong that I'm doing. I'm doing everything. I'm perfect. I'm perfect in the way that I do things. It's just they are the problem. They are the problem. They're just not good people. They're not good people. No, I think we always have this conversation. I'm not willing to try something with someone who hasn't convinced me that they're worth trying it with. And that's that will always be my point of view.
So what is then convincing you that it's worth trying look like?
Put a little effort. Oh my goodness. This one time. Oh no, this one guy recently on my DMs. So we have been like kind of talking. I mean, I don't have enough feelings. Like I can't say I like the guy, I don't like it. But I was willing to be like, okay, we can go out on dates. Let's see. In my mind, I'm like, if this guy would ask me out, I'll definitely go out with him. I guess I'm like, okay. Why can't I date? That was a date with link up nyana, question mark. Are you serious? Guys, be for real. Be for real.
Be fucking for real.
Literally
right now.
be for real. And I said, okay, that's it. For me, that was enough to. For me, that's enough.
Up, please.
Yes, that's enough for me to cut you off, because you're not being serious. This is such a small. It's a small thing, but the impression that you are supposed to be making should be long lasting. So now you're setting these standards. So this is and I think maybe can be pressure of people thinking this is how we talk as like the youngins type of thing, because he's
is it not a thing?
So I'm like, okay, but when I lost, they're trying to fit in. We're so but the authenticity in the dating world is not there anymore, because everyone's saying, I think you like this, so I'm gonna come to you this way. I think he wants to see this, so I'm gonna
showing up as yourself.
You're not showing up as like our true self. So even him saying link up nyana, I'm like,
link up nyana.
I've seen your content, you're like, you're a thinker, you're, I know for a fact that's not your vocabulary.
So why am pro at that moment? You just give up?
Yeah, I just don't give up, because umdala for you to realize, but I shouldn't be speaking like this.
So you're just like, okay, at that point, none of that.
I said, none of that. So that's how I move generally. I'm just like, bruh.
But do you think watching my dating, the queer dating life, is there anything that you can take away from how we do dating?
Yes, you're so brave. I always say this to me, I'm like, the bravery will always get to me. Like, you're so non in the community, you're always willing to try, and you always put in effort, and that's what I like for you especially. Like, a date is a date. Like, I want to take you out, uzawuza flowers, your partner's also going to bring you something, like ingati, there's a mutual understanding, and it's an unspoken rule, but I'm going to meet you where you are. So if you putting any effort, I'm also going to match your energy, and I think that's what I like about the queer space, and just seeing you guys.
Okay, sorry, we were rudely interrupted by witness space. Yeah, so you were saying about how we're learning from
learning from each other. So my conclusion was, I like how you guys are open, and I don't know, brave sounds too much of a big word, like, we're only brave, but open to like trying things out. Let me say that you're very open to trying. Let's try it out. There's a vibe, let's see where it goes. Whereas maybe with my dating experience, I do
my next question was
come at me correct or don't come at me at all, is my philosophy.
My next question was going to be, I obviously observe how straight people date.
Yes.
And I wonder if, and I know obviously all else equal, blah blah blah, but to what degree do you think you guys as straight women give room for men to also to feel and to be vulnerable and to be those things? And I say this because I heard a statement from a bisexual girl once who said to me, I like girls, but I don't think I'll date one because there's only room for like my emotions in a relationship. So sometimes I have this notion or this understanding in terms of dating dynamics between women and men, that women don't allow the room for men to be vulnerable, and then and because of that, you're missing out on a deeper connection.
I want to say wrong.
Okay, yes, correct me.
In all of the history of heterosexual relationships and how women present themselves in the community, just outside of romantic relationships, we are always the safe landing space for everyone.
Okay.
Basically, see comfort zone yabantu.
Okay.
So when I'm trying in topics, like even the topic every trend I go, not to make it political, but like there was a trending topic of how the boy child gets left behind. And a lot of men were asking women, what are we doing to make sure that the boy child is not left behind? Okay. So I'm always that's my philosophy, or not a philosophy, like, but my observation and notion of just how women are. We are always the people to save amadoda. But I think with it dating and relationships and vulnerability and being a safe space, men are not willing to put the exact same work because they think it's an automatic thing that they feel entitled to our love. They feel entitled to our love. They feel entitled to our heart. They feel entitled to our kindness. They feel entitled to our softness. And now women are getting into an era of realizing, but actually we don't have to do all of this
for you guys.
I don't have to understand.
Do the work for you.
We don't have to do the work for you because you guys don't want to do it for yourselves. And then in turn, it seems as though our retaliation is pushing them away. Like, we don't care, but we do care. But in fact, it seems like we cared a lot that they forgot to do the work themselves.
Yes.
So now we're just like, okay. It's middle finger to you and middle finger back.
And also I think because now women are more independent. Women don't need men as much.
We don't, but we always do make space for them. And I always say, if you watch silly shows like Moja, we are Jola, 99, but it's like zintswela, but this person has a woman who's willing to fight for him on national television because we just are always going to be those people. And even the conversations that I don't like to entertain other questions about other conversations about I'm just like, I'm not entertaining that because there's a majority of South African men now we will always be there for them.
Right,
so I'm just like, I don't get where this conversation is coming from. It's just that the guys are crying because they're not getting the girls that they want exactly. Stay behind. But I do get that maybe in the last couple of decades, the evolving of relationships and how we show up as like heterosexual women is that, see, we're moving on a self-preservation. And for most people, when you self-preservation, what? You cheat back. I'm sorry, is that not what we're doing? And this is
getting a taste of their own medicine.
We're not doing the same thing. And then no, but you guys emotionally are not the same.
There is, Shema, I've been observing maybe a big disconnect with how men are socialized to think, but now women are evolving and men are not keeping up.
Yes.
And then there's that like huge
and they think our evolving is basically a middle finger to them. But I think because we've endured so much, like, again, like I said, history of women for generations.
Yes.
And millennials, we're just like, no,
we're finished. You have an option.
I asked phone him, Dase. As phone.
Lesbians, corners, and phone, so. I'm not worried at all. Open.
Oh, I shall what must I call? Let's go call you do. Get it on that.
Open. Okay, no, I think when I look at the straight dating, what would I take away?
Nothing.
Give me a moment.
Go right. What do I take?
Right. I do think I like, well, it's not true for every straight relationship, but I like the courtship. You guys do more like a slow burn kind of connection.
Talking stage.
Yeah.
Talking stage, yeah.
It's a bit much.
Stage for you.
You were? Yeah, Dela, when was this?
It was COVID.
Why don't I know this about you?
Oh my gosh, I don't know why you don't know this, but like it was a talking stage for like a year. I mean, I'll tell you the person, but it was essentially, but for our situation it made sense because it was COVID and we
couldn't see each other.
Yes, and I was in the Eastern Cape. It was lockdown, there was nothing we could do about it.
Okay.
But we knew that we liked each other, so we just continued talking. But it was never a thing about, okay, see Jola, because we'd never spent like enough time face to face for us to cross the line.
But I was trying to make a point. Sorry,
It's slow pain.
Yes, yes. So I really like that about straight relationships and the courtship, and I'm like, because I think as lesbians, we also rush tutus, tutus.
Now to ask you the question, why do you guys think that is such a norm in your community?
In the community,
yeah.
There's been lots of chatting.
Are you guys operating out of fear that this might maybe end? So you want to get
it does, you know what I mean? Years, I mean, maybe it's different reasons for different people.
Yeah.
But to be rejected in society and then finally find somebody who's accepting and loves you, and you're like, yes, you're from Mainland. And I've also, like, through the years, have felt like, you know, when I meet even like with my first girlfriend, I was like, okay, no, this is great. Oh my God, am I ever gonna find? There's always a feeling, but until they've been an info man,
I get that.
and then so yeah, cling as soon as
is it operating like you when you operate out of fear? Yes, you do love each other, but I think actually you're moving out of fear that I might lose this.
Yeah, like this is the only.
I need to do it now. Like I need to marry you now. I need to do this.
I need to tie this thing down. It needs to be serious. Okay. So I'll speak for myself that there's always been, especially when I get out of a relationship, or maybe when I'm contemplating to leave a relationship, I'm like, yo, am I gonna find another one like this? Am I gonna find another one like this? Because it does feel like, or maybe it does sometimes feel like I'm the only one who has the principles that I have, and and the values that I have. I'm like, with the queers, will I ever find somebody who was as queer as this? I do have that feeling, but I'm not corner. But I get surprised each time that I break up and I meet someone. I'm like, oh my God, a person like this who has the same values as me does actually exist. So you kind of like feeling of having to cling on because I'm building here. Yeah. So what else would I take away from straight dating?
That's basically it.
That's basically it.
Another thing that I like about is straight dating. I don't want this to be, I call layered, but ndiyayithanda into yepatriarchy safe.
Wow, sounds lunge ke apha kuphela. Sounds lunge as a result. Sounds lunge.
Siyayithanda la concept because we're building here. Ikhaya.
Ndiyakuva. Okay. Fair. But I do think, and this is something I'm also I'm also exploring with the person that I'm seeing currently in terms of like masculinity and femininity. There are those parts of ourselves, like you're saying that he must be patriarch, he must pay. There are parts of ourselves that masculinity femininity that is traditional and doesn't mean you're wrong. Okay. You know. Okay. So if I'm the masculine presenting person in the relationship, and there's an aspect of my masculinity that I like, I tended to feel like guilty, but okay, why do I do have the land to protect and like take care of my girl, but sometimes I feel like maybe am I being performative about it, and I very chargy towards myself. Okay, we are thinking too much. Yes, so I do like that you say that you like that, because it speaks to a part of your femininity where you feel like a man should provide. I do,
and no one can talk me out of it. Like I know in today's society, not even today, I enjoy my independence. Let me just say this, especially coming from a previous position where there was a phase where I wasn't working and I couldn't enjoy what I used to enjoy in my young. So I do appreciate having my own money and being able to do the things. But I think also just growing up in a house where I could, like, my dad would do izinto like.
It's also what you saw.
Yes, athenge lumami moto, shopping, okay, you get your things like me. Provides. I'm just like, it's sexy, like I want to see you okay. And if you don't, like, if I want money and I don't know that baffles me. How are you even surviving? And he even does that to us now. But guys, I'm so confused. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I'm here to provide.
I'm here to provide for you. So I still enjoy that kind of old school. But Ngoko, it's taken in such a different context that it seems like,
but they've demonized London. Exactly. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that you said it because now I'm like in my own way.
Is there an expectation for the mask presenting women to kind of be the providers, or is it a case by case basis where you would need to have that conversation? Because I remember there was a particular relationship you were in where it felt like your partner was expecting you to be the provider because you are the, I don't want to say you're not we're masculine presenter or you're a man, but because well, if my princess now,
basically. I mean, in my younger years of dating,
my
best friend knows, okay? I mean, in my younger queer years, I did feel that pressure. I won't lie. And I guess the people I've dated, looking back at them, there was that pressure. But now that I'm older, at all. And I'm just a bit more open now about my financial situation. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where if I afford it.
I pull.
But there is a pressure to be girlfriend Olympics he has on social media and all of that stuff.
Plate.
You played.
Nasa flowers. Relationships. If you don't have them, then you're not doing it right. Okay.
So those pressures have been there, but I think the older I've grown up, the more I'm just able to speak for myself and I squint and I'm like,
I see what you're
I see what you do.
We see each other.
But that's interesting in terms of like our different like perspectives of dating. I've never, I don't know how, like growing up, looking back, I don't see myself going for like the straight route. Like I think about it, I'm like, would I have made a great straight person?
Oh my goodness, Manela. Now though, like again in hindsight, I don't see how you would have and I say this, I'm glad you really embraced who you are authentically. Because the one is that I complain about and I want to shout like as my friends, but you being so hard on them. I feel like you'd be the exact same person.
Yeah,
you would be the exact same person. Where now if a friend or an acquaintance says a sentence to her that she's just like, yes, going to over interrogate. But we go out, like we all go out as amajita and we meet up with other guys and we all chill together. Well, me there was one sentence that will set it off. My brother and him
at all. I don't make it at all now. The last part of today's video, I want to see how much of an ally you are.
Oh my god, I pride myself at being an ally.
So I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna play 5-second rule. Okay, no, but give me. Is that 5? Okay. Are you ready?
Those special pass me. This is easier.
Call it
Did you say those special pass?
We're gonna play queer trivia. Okay, it's not 5 seconds. Queer trivia. I just want to see
my queer knowledge.
Yes, your queer knowledge.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. The first question is, what is bottoming?
Oh, when you are penetrated.
Okay, you're the penetrated.
You're penetrated, not the penetratee. So there's a more dominant on that.
So you are the penetrated. Okay. Okay, no, you're right. You got that right.
Point.
Second question: when is Pride Month in South Africa?
My goodness.
Which month is it of the year?
October.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm an ally. Okay. Third question is what?
June is the international.
Yes.
See, I know that. Good extra point.
Okay. Extra. The next question is, what is lesbian bed death?
Lesbian bed death? Is it not a partner that's not active like Fontana chicken?
That's a pillow princess.
Oh my god, okay, I don't know what a bed death is.
Okay, lesbian bed death is when two women obviously in a relationship, and then at some point in the relationship they lose sort of the romantic spark and they become more of like roommates.
Okay, so there's no sexual activity much going on. Okay.
So sometimes that happens in queer relationships because we end up like being friends, and then somehow based on whatever I get the music.
Okay.
But it's over. Like okay, name 3 queer musicians. Quickly, you can't think too much.
Kelani.
Okay.
Yangene. I feel like it's all back to our cancer. Toya Tele.
What the hell would you know about Toya? Oh my gosh.
I know.
How would you think of Toya Tele? Like I'm a fool, come on.
No, I didn't think of the guy.
Oh, you were thinking of the girls. Okay.
Okay.
Fine, fair enough. No, that was good.
I'm sick to my stomach, but damn
Toya Tele. I mean, she is part of the community, but hey.
Yeah, go. Just judging, and I said, I think the one person I'm thinking of just judging.
That was wrong. Okay, next question is, what does WLW stand for?
W.
Always like a hashtag on TikTok.
Whoa, yo. Give me a clue. Context, sexual, non-sexual.
It's non-sexual. It's a term used to describe, I think, 2 people, I guess. It's non-sexual.
Oh no, this one is gonna miss me.
WLW. What does it stand for?
Women loving women.
Yes! Yes, you're right.
Encyclopedias!
Yeah, basically, women who love women. Some women.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I just was guessing my way through it. Okay.
I think it's a term used, I think, with people who don't really like labels as much to say I'm a woman who just loves women. So it's WLW. Categories.
I'm like
pansexual. Yep. Okay, no, those are all. Okay, no, you got how many out of? Those are all.
I missed
lesbian. Okay, no, you actually got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Okay, hi, we ally. So again. No man, thank you so much for joining the channel. It's been a great chat through my sexuality over the years, and I guess you're the one person who's seen me through all of these phases of my life, and you haven't. Oh, your love for me hasn't changed. My wedding.
I have a list. Next speech already, but okay, that I have a then right.
So thank you for sort of being my best friend, and
thanks for having me, Push, and always
all of those phases in life.
Yeah, I think also just allowing me to be there for you, because a lot of people like to follow things up.
Yeah,
but you're one person who's like,
open.
That's
been amazing. Anyway, guys, comment, like, subscribe, do the things in the comment section. I'ma see you in the next video. Peace, mwah, and a Middle East.